Welcome back to the second part of our journey through Germany's large landscapes. In the last part, we visited the federal states of Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg in the south of Germany and familiarized ourselves with two of Germany's major landscapes, the Alps and the Alpine Foothills. If you missed this video, please click the link in the description box below. In this part, we will have a look at the landscapes of the Central Upland Ranges, which are characterized by large forest regions, long valleys, and mountains between 500 and 1,500 meters high with rounded, wooded ridges and hilltops. Parts of Baden-Württemberg, such as the Black Forest with the Feldberg, the highest mountain in the state at 1,493 meters, the Swabian Alp, the Upper Rhine Valley, as well as parts of Bavaria such as the Spessart, the Rhön, the Fichtelgebirge, the Franconian Alp, and the Bavarian Forest belong to the Central Upland Ranges. Those federal states therefore have a wide range of landscapes, with characteristics of three large landscapes at once. Rhineland-Palatinate, on the other hand, lies in its entirety in the Central Upland Ranges. It is also located in southwestern Germany and borders France, Luxembourg, and Belgium. Like the Saarland, it is part of the cross-border Saar-Loire-Lachs region, which geographically includes the French region of Lorraine, the Belgian region of Wallonia, and the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. With an area of 19,858 square kilometers, it is the ninth largest federal state in Germany and has around 4.1 million inhabitants. Its capital Mainz, with a population of around 218,000, is known for its old town with half-timbered houses and medieval market squares. Its forests make up 40.6% of its land area, meaning that the federal state, which was only created on the 18th of May 1947 from former Prussian, Hessian and Bavarian parts, has the largest proportion of forest of any federal state in terms of land area. 840,000 hectares of forest are spread over four large forest areas: the Westerwald, the Hunsrück with the Hunsrück-Hochwald National Park, the Eifel, and the Palatinate Forest, which is the largest contiguous forest area in Germany and, together with the Northern Vosges in French Alsace, forms the cross-border 311,000 hectare UNESCO Palatinate Forest Northern Vosges Biosphere Reserve. Even though Rhineland-Palatinate has only existed since 1947, the region itself has a long eventful history and has seen a number of sovereigns over the centuries. Many of them have anchored themselves in the collective memory of the communities by building a castle or palace. On the banks of the Rhine, in the Middle Rhine Valley, picturesquely surrounded by vine-covered slopes, lie medieval castles and town fortifications such as the Marksburg Castle, the Pfalzgrafenstein Castle, or the Ehrenbreitstein Fortress. The Moselle River Valley is also home to some remarkable castles, including the famous imperial castle of Cochem, the Els Castle, or the Büresheim Castle. In addition to the Trifels Castle or the Hambach Castle, the Palatinate also has several thousand-year-old Celtic fortifications, and there are also many castle ruins on the heights of the Hunsrück. Some of the castles destroyed during the turbulent times of the Peasants' War, the 30 Years' War, or the Napoleonic Wars have been rebuilt. For example, the Balduinseck Castle. Huge contiguous forest areas that invite you to go hiking and cycling. Long valleys, including the picturesque Rhine Valley, a rich history, and down-to-earth cuisine with famous Palatinate wines. Rhineland-Palatinate is one of the most intriguing federal states in Germany. The Saarland also lies in its entirety in the Central Upland Ranges and is also located in southwestern Germany. It shares borders with France and Luxembourg and was founded as the Saar region in 1920. With 2,560 square kilometers and the city-states excluded, it is the smallest of the German states and has around 990,000 inhabitants, of which about 184,000 live in its capital Saarbrücken. It is one of the sunniest and most densely wooded regions in Germany, and impresses with idyllic lakes and ponds, natural river meadows, charming villages, romantic vineyards, and an exciting cuisine which has many delicious potato dishes to offer. The river Blies flows through its territory over a length of 93 kilometers, and the river Saar, which also gives this federal state its name, over a length of 68 kilometers. The Saarland wine-growing regions are in the northwest in the border triangle on the Upper Moselle. A third of its area is covered with deciduous mixed forests, and it offers fantastic hiking trails with wonderful views, such as the Saar-Hunsrücksteig, which is one of the most beautiful long-distance hiking trails in Germany. This cultural landscape, whose traces date back to Celtic times, is home to many medieval castles and palaces, centuries-old churches, as the Basilica St. Johann and the Ludwigskirche in Saarbrücken, or early medieval monasteries as the Benedictine Abbey St. Mauritius Tholey. Buildings from the Renaissance and Baroque periods can also be visited, such as the Saarbrücken Castle or the Orangery in Blieskastel. Bliesgau, in the southeast of the state, is home to a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, while the Hunsrück Hochwald National Park, which also covers parts of Rhineland-Palatinate, is located in northeastern Saarland. The federal states of Hesse and Thuringia are located in the center of Germany. The federal state of Hesse was founded in 1945, but the region can look back on thousands of years of history. As early as Roman times, the area on the right bank of the Rhine came into focus, and around 80 AD, the Upper Germanic limes ran through what is now Hesse, separating the Celts in southern Hesse from the Chatti and Cherusci in the north. The state of Hesse was born in the Hohenstaufen period, after the end of the Thuringian-Hessian War of Succession in 1264, when Henry I was de facto recognized as Landgrave of Hesse. Today, Hesse is the 7th largest federal state in Germany with around 21,115 square kilometers, and it is one of the strongest economies in the country. Of its 6.4 million inhabitants, 770,000 enjoy the cosmopolitan modern flair of the capital Frankfurt on the Main, one of the most important financial centers in Europe. Almost completely destroyed in the Second World War, Frankfurt's old town with its 1,250 half-timbered houses, most of which date back to the Middle Ages, has been rebuilt on some streets, so that today Frankfurt has the charm of an old town, as well as the only high-rise skyline in Germany, affectionately known as Manhattan. The extensive forest areas, picturesque valleys and gentle hilltops of Hesse are among the most beautiful Central Upland Ranges in Germany. Behind the Frankfurt skyline lies the Taunus, a unique natural landscape whose beauty was already appreciated by the Romans, who also gave the region its name. The Taunus is nestled between the Rhine in the west, the Lahn in the north, and the Main in the south. The highest elevations on the main ridge of the low mountain range are those of the Rhenish Slate Mountains. The most famous mountain in the Taunus is the Großer Feldberg, which is almost 900 meters high. There are also more than 2,000-year-old circular ramparts here, which belong to a settlement once inhabited by around 30,000 Celts, as well as the world's only extensively reconstructed Roman fort, the Saalburg Roman fort near Bad Homburg. In the northwest lies the Westerwald. The volcanic history of this region can be seen, for example, on a hike along the 235-kilometer-long Westerwaldsteig Trail, which is one of the top trails of Germany. Rivers, lakes and rocky landscapes, interspersed with layers of basalt, slate and clay, are perfect for relaxing under maple, ash and elm trees. The Vogelsberg, the largest extinct volcanic area in Central Europe, presents itself with gentle mountains and valleys, open pasture land and flowering meadows. Picturesque towns with historic half-timbered houses dominate the landscape. Northern Hesse, or more precisely Kassel and the region, was home to the Brothers Grimm for around 30 years. They were linguists and folklorists, and their world-famous collection of fairy tales makes them the most translated German poets today. The Habichtswald, the Kellerwald, or the Reinhardswald. On hilltops, gorges, and meadow valleys, rustic rows of trees and 1,000-year-old oaks amaze the observer. Natural springs and streams, deep green eagle ferns and gnarled formations of deadwood. In the forests of Hesse, which make up 39.7% of its area, you feel a special energy, almost as if you had been transported into one of the wonderful fairy tale worlds of the Brothers Grimm. Finally, in the east of Hesse, on the border with Bavaria, lie the forest regions of the Spessart and the Rhön, which extend into Bavaria and Thuringia. Natural and near-natural forests, gentle valleys crossed by rivers and streams, a rich history, cities such as Marburg and Hanau, the birthplace of the Brothers Grimm, picturesque half-timbered buildings, and modern cities such as Frankfurt, Kassel, or Fulda that still have historical charm. Plus a tasty regional cuisine with apple wine, Frankfurter sausages, or Frankfurt's green sauce, which are famous throughout Germany. This region is always worth a trip, even if it is only a digital one. Have you ever been to Germany? Please let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed our video and we wish you a wonderful time. See you next time.